Hey everyone, today we're doing another insert video and we are taking a look at the Rising Sun insert by Go7 Gaming. I just want to send a special thank you to Go7 Gaming for sending this to us. As you can see, we've got a lot of boxes and we also have a lot of inserts as well. So what I'm going to do is show you my old setup and how I was transporting the game around. Then we're going to put everything into the inserts and then we're going to take a final look and I'll share some thoughts as well. So let's begin. So these are the three things that I've been using. Now, this Plano insert has actually been doing a pretty good job. So I'm going to open it up right here, and you're going to see that it'll hold the strongholds, the province tokens, and all the remaining tokens as well, and it actually fits everything really nicely. So this has sort of been my budget solution temporarily. So here we have the core box, and I'm going to open it up and take everything out so that you can see how I've been storing things. So I've got the clan sheets on top of the board, and once I remove those, you will see that I've been keeping the Kami tokens underneath as well, or the Kami boards. And these have just been sitting underneath the player board along with the other tokens. So those are unpunched, but when we put the insert in, I'm going to take everything out. But right now, these tokens have just been stuck on the bottom of the box. So I've actually been storing things underneath this big box as well, where the monsters are stored. And I'm going to pull it out so that you can take a look. So underneath we have the bases for the monsters, we have the coins, and we have the player boards too. These being underneath here isn't really that great, and it's always sort of a pain to put them in a way that they'll fit underneath the box before we push it in. So I'm glad that we won't have to do that anymore. Lastly, the cards, I've been using a deck box to store them, just because once sleeved they won't fit into these spots over here. And on multiple occasions, I've actually forgot to bring this deck box when I was transporting the game over for game night. I'd take the core box, I would take this box, and then I'd have to drive home because I forgot this. So having it all concentrated in one spot will be a big help. So that is everything here. And I've already talked about this one. So what I want to do now is just throw everything into the core box, the Go7 core box insert, and we'll see how it looks right after. So I've had time to use the inserts, and it's fantastic. Having each individual clan in its own tray just makes setup and cleanup a lot faster. There are a few issues that I'm going to point out. The first thing is that carrying both of these is really heavy. The additional weight of the wood just makes it super tricky to carry around. You'll need a bigger bag if you're going to bring both boxes when you head out. For me, I usually only use one box, so it's not too bad. But I did bring both boxes a few times, and it was a little bit heavier than, or a lot heavier than I was anticipating. So that's just something for you to keep in mind. You could probably swap out a few of these if you wanted to just use a specific set of clans and you didn't want to use all of these monsters. The second thing is, it was a little hard lifting this lid off of the tray. So this one right here, as you can see, it sort of has two ridges. So when you're trying to open it from one side only, it's lifting on this side, but it gets stuck here. So that's just sort of a minor issue, in my opinion. The other thing was that when you clean up, you sort of need to put the bushies away within a certain manner to make sure the lid will close. I find that when I was trying to clean up each individual tray, you had to play around with it, which took a little bit more time than I would have liked. Especially with the Dragonfly clan, the Shintos, you definitely need to get those in within a certain configuration for everything to close properly. And you're going to notice that when you clean up, if you don't put those miniatures away properly, the lid is going to stick out just a tiny little bit, and you won't be able to fit everything into the box without stretching it a little bit. So what I've had to do is when I do cleanup, I sort of just have everyone else clean everything but the clan tray. So I tell them just to put the miniatures in and don't close the lids. I take care of that, and I let them deal with the rest of the other components. So overall, I'm still very happy with my insert. There's just sort of a little bit of fiddling that you need to do during cleanup, but overall, it's not too big of a detriment. And at least in this case, I'm remembering to bring everything with me when I head out. So this was the Rising Sun insert by Go7 Gaming. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section and I'll get to them. Thanks for watching.